Hello, this is Ollie's Movie Madness, and I'm here to do a movie review of Outside The Wire. Now, I have never heard of this film up until now. I finally watched it. The only thing I knew about prior to watching it is that it had Anthony Mackie in it. And with that, I'm like, this seems really interesting. But I also knew that a lot of people did not like the film. They said it was really messy and really uninspiring for a sci-fi film. They said it was really dull. And I watched the film, and in the words of Gary Oldman from The Fifth Element, I was very disappointed with this film because I really loved the idea of a civil war that takes place in 2036, where you have the US fighting against Russia with killer robots, had a lot of potential. And I'm like, okay, that sounds awesome. But the problem is the execution fails miserably due to the horrible writing and the horrible directing. Now, the performances are not the problem. I do think Anthony Mackie, who plays Captain Leo, does a glorious job. And look, even in parts where this movie's not working, Anthony Mackie is still fun as the character. But the character of Captain Leo, that's a different story because this guy is so terribly written. He is really unlikable. In fact, the biggest problem with this movie is that the characters are so unlikable and they don't go through any character arcs whatsoever. Because, when it comes to Captain Leo, he's pretty strict. All he does is just yell at the top of his lungs, and his villain turn, where he ends up going in the third act, is so ridiculous and really stupid. It's like, is this next gen? Because I saw this be done before in next gen. We had the villain who turned out to be a robot, and that was really stupid. And this one, yeah, the same thing. Captain Leo is a robot in the third act, and it did not work at all. Damson Idris, who plays Thomas Harper, he does a glorious job as well. He's really fun. I enjoyed his performance as Thomas Harper, but much like Anthony Mackie, they have chemistry with one another as actors, but as characters, they really don't. And Thomas as a character is just so bland. He's just really dull. He's uninteresting. He's just there to follow Captain Leo around, and that's it. These characters don't go through anything. The actor who plays Millard, that character, he doesn't do anything. He just gives exposition. That actor was really good in Free Fire, among other stuff like The Martian. He was really good in, but with this movie, he was good, but his character was just really bland. And Emily, that actress who plays Sophia in this film, Sophie, she was really boring. She was really bland. The acting from her was really great, but her character was just bland. She just gives exposition and dies. That's all she does throughout the whole film. The action sequences are pretty good. The CGI is really good, except in the third act. Up until the third act, I think the action sequences are great, but the final battle was just really boring and really bland. And the way Captain Leo goes out, he just gets shot. His motivations are just kind of like Sebastian Shaw's motivations from X-Men First Class, how both of them want to start World War III, and that's it. That's their whole motivation. The directing is really bad. The film is directed by the same director who directed 1408 and Evil, which I have not seen. But they gotta be better than this film. Micah Halfstorm, he directed this movie, and I don't know what he wanted to do with this film. He either wanted to make a drama film or a sci-fi film, and it does not work because, again, he doesn't develop every character. He doesn't develop any of them. They're just so bland and uninteresting. They're just really boring. They're just there to give exposition. And I think if this movie was directed by Christopher Nolan, I think it would have been a lot better because he knows how to develop characters. He really does. Just look at his characters in Inception or the Dark Knight trilogy. Those characters in those movies were developed really well, but the characters in this, no, they weren't directed because Micah Halfstorm did not direct these characters. So overall, I think he did a really bad job directing this film. I think Christopher Nolan would have been better, and I think this movie needs a whole rewrite of the script. Then it would have been better. But in conclusion, I was super disappointed with this movie. I really wanted to like it because I love the concept. Again, a civil war that happened in 2036 was a great idea in theory. And it could have worked if it had good writing. Both Damson Idris and Anthony Mackie do the best with their material. They really do try, but their characters are nothing. They're just boring. They're just bland characters. The action sequences are great, but the final battle was really bad. The twist reveal was so stupid. It did not make any sense. And I say just skip this movie. Go watch Shang-Chi. Go watch Eternals. Go watch Cherry. That's a better movie. That's a better war film. But this one is just really disappointing. In the words of Gary Oldman from The Fifth Element, I was very disappointed with this film. And with that, I give this movie a 4 out of 10. It was that disappointing. So that is my movie review of Outside the Wire. Just a really disappointing and really underwhelming film. So, yeah, that's all I need to say about this movie. Hope you guys enjoyed.